Beautiful, powerful, and graceful. The world's largest cat species. Though now fighting for their survival, tigers are legendary in many cultures. Honored in the Chinese lunar calendar, the Year of the Tiger is celebrated with some 2 billion people worldwide. World Insight brings you a series of special programs with our best wishes for you and your loved ones. Wish you it is a great year of the tiger. Good health, great charm, as competitive and brave as tigers. Together, we can. Hello and welcome to a special edition of World Insight, celebrating the Year of the Tiger. I'm Tian Wei. People have long been fascinated by tigers, but few of us have the opportunity to see them in person. And yet so many of us have the lifelong companionship of cats, which belong to the same family, the Felidae family. In China, having cats has become such a fad for the younger generation that a new term has been invented, sniffing cats, referring to the pleasure they have experienced while petting cats. Cats are taking over everything, from cafes to summer camps. They even have their own cat economy. So why do these small furry animals capture the hearts of so many? Join me on a journey to find out. Inside a cat cafe in a quiet Beijing Hutong neighborhood, people visit to pamper felines, while the purr of cats massage their hearts. The moments are mostly beautiful, comforting, though at times intense and competitive. So you are all cat lovers, I could tell, huh?
Of course.
Yeah, very much.
She looks very comfortable.
Yeah, and very soft. Very soft. So cute.
When you stay with animals, you can have different feelings, and you don't need to react.
Like me, and also I know like my auntie, she's a cat lady. It just, I mean, they're just so pure and simple and easy. Yeah, you don't need to deal with the reality in this society. You don't need to compromise.
I don't keep a cat, and I'm here to. I want to try some new experience, because though the cat looks pretty and lovely, but I don't have my own cat, so I'm here to experience what it is like to.
Yeah. So far, how do you like your experience, though?
It's soft.
Soft, huh? Yeah.
It's soft.
So there's some tenderness from the heart in a way.
Yeah.
Interest in cats has boomed in China, so much so that it is fueling a vibrant market for animal-related merchandise and services. China's urban pet consumption market reached more than 200 billion yuan. The diversified needs of animal fanatics has boosted the emergence and development of sub-industries such as pet food, pet grooming, pet photography, and pet funerals. Some latest statistics suggest the majority of consumers are millennials or belong to the Generation Z. They devote much of their time and money on their cats. Chen Jiahe is a cat lover and a devoted cat economist. You have a cat yourself?
I got one. It's actually 16 years old. So it's really
16 years
really
old.
an
Wow.
old cat. She's actually in Dali. You know, was a stray cat before we adopted it. When it came in, it was 9 years old. We got it for 7 years. It's now 16. It's really healthy. Caught a big mice a few days ago.
Do you miss her?
Pretty much. But I can really see this scar over here. It's actually grabbed me. Because one time I was actually holding the cat. It wants to go down, so it just, give me the sky.
So when you talk about fight, they begin to. Yeah.
I'm actually an investor myself. It's my profession to invest. But I also have a large online, also offline financial group containing about 400 people, and we're called the Big Cat Gangster. So it's 400 people with cats working in hedge funds, securities firms.
So Jiahe is from the cat gangster.
I'm the boss of that.
Why do you see, cafes like this becoming so popular in a metropolitan city like Beijing?
I think that's kind of when we say there's a kind of upgrade of the consumption that China has been having. I mean, if you look at our salary, it's been increasing by around 6 to 8 or 10% per year. So it used to be there was only a Starbucks, and you can only go to a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Now people say, I'm really tired about sitting in a Starbucks getting a traditional coffee. So we want something special. And here,
we want to celebrate with the cats.
We've got 15 cats. Why not?
This is what we call the cat economy, isn't it?
It's a really fast-growing area, and China really are having so many young people who now say that I want something at home, or I want to do something special over the weekend. So it used to be that people work hard, but now people they really just want to consume more. So cat coffee, this kind of places become one thing really grows up.
Also, in a way, there's a bond, right, between the cat owners and the cats.
Yeah.
It's a very different relationship, right?
Yeah. But each cat actually has got its own character. You see very nice cats. You see very mean cats. You see very unfriendly cats who keep on grabbing you. These kind of things. So and you see different owners. Of course, we have different personalities. So you see thousands of combinations.
Cats choose us. We don't own them. Being with cats has taught many of us many things about ourselves and the wider world. That's why, in many cultures, cats are subjects of legends, poems, and paintings. In China, throughout history, the cat paintings have had an incredible variety. Of the cats that have been faithfully rendered from life in terms of their external appearance are some extraordinary ones that go beyond the mere formal likeness. In recent years, Chinese painters and folk artists also show their great love for cats, the dramatists. As we celebrate the Year of the Tiger, many artists even paint pictures of tigers with cats as their model, since both of them are felines and share similar personalities, such as solitude and style. One could feel you have very deep bond with cats. 因为你画的作品里面有很多的猫特别有幽默感，你能抓住每一只猫它们身上那个小小的特点，把它们不断的放大，很有意思。
它不是说表演，它本质就是那样，它很自然，并且它确实那种灵动性啊，或者一些特别容易让你会想象。
So you really like it when it's natural?
对，就是它瞬间同你互动，然后触碰了一个这样的状态。那么我有时候会尽量去把它这个瞬间的感觉抓到，那么就回到我的创作里。
Tigers are different. You could hardly see tiger anywhere, not to even say at home, right? So where does the inspirations come from?
但是你一画老虎啊，就会想到它这个会特别有力量，特别有霸气，一个王者那种感觉哈。它比猫那种体积感啊、力量感会强很多。 那么你画的时候也会带劲，就你会调动你很多能量出来。有时候我们画画也像拍戏一样，你会入戏嘛，就你会感觉你是一个老虎，其实可能那个也是你自己，其实就是画的对象，但是只是借用于老虎去同自己一种互动。我画了几张蓝色，但是可能就心里会想啊，把老虎那种凶啊或者杀气啊降低一点。
你不喜欢那种杀气？
不太喜欢。我还是可能是比较保守吧，就是还是比较平和的一种心态。但是他这个是他本性，我希望人肯定不希望这样。
Mr. Chen is always very encouraging. He said, 很好,很好, extremely good. But how come I can't tell it is extremely good? Oh. Now it's time to show our work. Da 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 da. Beautiful, powerful, and graceful. The world's largest cat species. Though now fighting for their survival, tigers are legendary in many cultures. Honored in the Chinese lunar calendar, the Year of the Tiger is celebrated with some 2 billion people worldwide. World Insight brings you a series of special programs with our best wishes for you and your loved ones. Wish you it is a great year of the tiger. Good health, great charm, as competitive and brave as tigers. Together, we can. China's cat craze may focus on picture-perfect felines, but stray cats, some of them sick and injured, have also been winning the hearts of humans. Today, more and more animal rescue organizations in China and beyond, together with warm-hearted people, take care of those stray cats, giving them a new lease on life. I talked to some of them. In their words, cats, these wonderful creatures, have taught them about love, about life, and more. I have a panel of cat lovers. In Redmond, Washington, Quentin and his cat Fufu. Hello, Quentin. Fufu.
Hello.
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 And in Beijing, Elizabeth and Sorka, who are running an animal rescue organization named the Furry Tail. Now this organization is represented by Elizabeth. Elizabeth, how are you?
Hello. Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Very good. And I have, we see a few of the cats running around.
Yes, here's one right here, our little Atticus.
Hey, how are you? And there are 14 of them elsewhere, right?
Yes, they'll be around.
And also in Toronto, oh, there we go. And in Toronto, we have Saba Khan and her cat, Bog. Hi. Hey, Saba. How is Bog doing today?
He is pretty hungry. He's getting snacks right now so that he'll stay on screen.
Wonderful. Thank you. I want to show my appreciation to you and all the cats around. So there are so many cat lovers in China. And, you know, because of the pandemic, it's hard for all of us to travel these days. But it certainly feels so much heartwarming to gather everybody together to talk about their stories of cats. I want to confess, I didn't have a cat. I don't have a cat right now, but my grandma, who passed away when she was 100 years old, she used to have a cat, and she told me many things about cats. But I think I want to have a very sweet conversation with all of you about you and your beloved cats. Let me start by asking you, so what has been the fate between you and cats, particularly the one that you are holding on hand or the one that are sitting on the table right now? Can we start with you, Quentin, with Fufu?
Yeah. I found Fufu in Beijing in 2008 during the Olympic Games. I was walking home, it was evening, and there was a light coming across the street, just a thin ribbon of light, and everything else was dark. And I just noticed her through the corner of my eye. The light caught her eyes, and I saw her there on the sidewalk. And she was really very, very small. She was only about 1 month old, and she was very, very thin. And so I thought I'll reach down and pick her up. Well, of course, she ran away from me. So then I thought, well, should I just let her go? Or, I felt kind of obligated to do something for her because she was so small and all alone, and it looked sad. So I started chasing her. And so in the end, I got her and brought her back and nursed her to health. But that's been, she'll be 14 years old this year.
Wow. All the best wishes to Fufu. That's quite a story, Quentin. But I guess it's not as easy as you described, right?
Yeah,
if she came back to your home, it takes a while to adjust.
Yeah, it was really hard because she was scared, and she was, I think, also angry for being taken from wherever she was. And so she was quite ferocious for about maybe 2 weeks before she finally calmed down. I kept her in a shoebox. She was so small. She only occupied 1/3 of the shoebox. Now you can see how big she is. 3 shoeboxes. But it took quite a while. But once I started feeding her, and also I took her to the vet, and they gave her medicine she had all kinds of problems with her skin, and her fur was falling out. But I asked the veterinarian, I said, will she survive? And he said, well, Beijing cats are very, very strong. So if you just give them food, they'll be fine. And so I had to give her special shampoo and things like that. It was rather expensive for a cat you find on the street, but I'm glad I did. She's been with me all these years now.
So that story is really sweet and heartwarming. But Elizabeth, you have been working with friends to help street cats, and you have 15 of them running around. Some of them are handicapped. Some of them have problems likely throughout their lives. Tell me more about your bondage with the cats.
Well, I actually was not a big fan of cats a few years ago.
Oh,
I was more of
really?
a dog person. Yeah.
Oh.
And now I live with 10 cats and 5 dogs. My first experience with a cat was actually at the beginning of the pandemic. I found a little kitten in a shoebox, actually, next to the trash in the hutong. So I picked her up, and with my now roommate and rescue partner, I called her, and she took the kitten to the vet. And now the kitten is about 3 years old, living its best life. But here is Atticus. He only has one eye. You can
one
see.
eye, yeah, I can tell.
Just one
yeah.
eye. He's a British Shorthair. Most of our rescues are mixed breed, the Chinese garden variety, but he's a British Shorthair. So basically his story was that he was thrown away by breeders because he was sick. So we get cats from different, from outside if they were born astray, if breeders don't want them anymore, if they're sick, if someone is leaving China, they don't want their pet anymore. So this is how we get all of our cats, and they all have a different story.
Yeah, I know that you and your friends coming from all over the world, including many in China, are working to have this organization, little tiny organization running, but certainly have a big heart for the cats.
Yeah, we don't get much sleep, and there's never total silence. But it's really lovely. Our friends love to come over and visit because if they don't have a pet, they have 15 they can choose from. So
Yeah.
they love to come over and play with the animals.
Yeah. And what about for you, Saba? Tell me more about your story with your cat back.
I got bug in July 2020. So it was kind of the start of the pandemic. It was happening.
Wow.
And everything was shut down. I wasn't working. So I was just stuck at home all day. So his adoption, it was from Toronto Cat Rescue. And they had a socially distanced adoption. And I basically drove up to the foster home and they put him in a carrier and put them on the front door. And I just picked him up and took him home. So the adoption process was really quick because people were adopting cats left and right during that time. And it was really hard to actually find a cat to adopt. So I feel really lucky that I have him.
I'm so glad that you have Bug when everything changed, right? And you are having a new life in a way together with Bug. Obviously, all of you have developed some very deep bonds with cats. But what about them? What have them taught you about life, about animals, about pets, and even about yourselves?
Oh, wow. Big question. Cats have taught me to be really patient. Sorsha and I used to live in the hutongs as well. And there were a lot of stray cats out there, and we would go and feed these cats every day. And at first they were really afraid of us. And then we just kept being persistent and bringing them food and kind of gained their trust. And then they would finally come up to us, let us pet them, and then eventually let us rescue them as well, which was really nice. But we had to put in a lot of time and effort to get to that point.
That's very
So that
true.
was really special for us.
When they show their bellies to you, I mean, of course, that's usually a sign from the cats to show their trust and confidence in you.
Yes.
So what was that moment like?
Or there's a cat running across.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
That was really special. I mean, there's even a lot of things that I've learned recently about cats that I never knew before. I mean, when they're super young, you have to help them go to the bathroom. They don't just go to the bathroom like a puppy. I also didn't realize that cats, they purr when they're happy. They bite you when they're happy. They like to kind of knead you. And this is reminiscent of when they were a baby and nursing from their mom. So I've learned so much about cats, actually.
When I was a kid, we had cats every once in a while, and I think my memory of cats was sort of two-dimensional. I just have this generic idea of a cat. But then when I found Fufu in 2008, I was already, of course, an adult, and I had a different view. And I was surprised at how distinct cats' personalities are. She very, very clearly expresses what she wants. Like now, I can tell she's irritated. But there was one time, many years ago, one of our friends' children came over, and Fufu was very, very angry, and she didn't like other people. So I was holding her something like this, and she had one paw on my neck, which was very soft and very relaxed, and then the other paw was extended with all of her claws showing, and she was trying to attack the boy that was nearby. And so I realized she is aware that I'm there and that she didn't want to attack me while she was attacking someone else. So this was a kind of a view into her psychology, that she's aware of who I am and what I am to her. And that was unusual because I didn't think of animals as having a very deep psychology. Turns out I was quite ignorant about the subject. But animals have very complex psychologies, and cats are perhaps a little bit on the mysterious side. I mean, dogs make their feelings known very clearly, but cats sometimes look very stoic. But they do have a personality, and they do have all of those things.
And Saba, you told me about your first encounter with her. It was right after the pandemic began. So tell me about how you look at how you've been her companion while she is being your companion throughout the past 2 years.
So because he was found on the streets and he's never really had a home before, I tried my best to learn as much as I can about caring for cats and to do my best to be a good parent to him. I taught myself about, cat nutrition, and I learned to cut his nails.
So how
I
did you do
started
that?
by cutting his nails while he's eating his food. So he's distracted by eating the food, and I'm in the side trying to cut his nails one by one. Sometimes I don't get all of the nails, and that's okay. We'll try another day. And it was the same thing with brushing his teeth. So in the beginning, he definitely did not like it at all. But slowly over time, I accompanied the teeth brushing with lots of pets and brushes.
Yeah.
And now he's totally fine with it.
Yeah. I've been thinking about this. We understand things, humans, from our perspectives. But I want to have the three of you tell me, how should we understand things from the cat's perspective?
I guess the world is always human-centered from my point of view. But it's cat-centered from Fufu's point of view. And I think one thing I learned about having Fufu with me is that you have to respect the cat. I mean, one point of view is that Fufu is my property. I own this animal. But if you have cats for a long time, you very quickly realize that if there is some kind of ownership, it's probably the other way around. Perhaps she owns me in a sense, but she has certain space issues. When she's lying on the bed, she doesn't want me nearby. Or if she's in her favorite spot, she wants me to leave her alone. She makes it very clear. So you have to, if you want to keep your cat happy, you have to learn to respect their desires and their place. I mean, right now you can see she is very upset because I'm not respecting her freedom of movement. But I mean, that's what I learned by having a cat, I suppose, as an adult.
Actually, what you said is very thought-provoking. How to learn to respect the other and how to share the ownership in a way. We own each other, or we share the current world with one another in a way.
Yeah, animals are really special. And I wish more people would, I've seen, obviously, living in China, living in the States, living in Argentina, that animals are treated much differently around the world. But we all kind of have this shared respect for animals and helping them and how much they can help us as well.
You are beautiful people, I have to say. All of you. Beautiful people. Before we go, this is the year of the tiger. That's why we're talking about cats, because the tiger is the largest mammal, animal in the cat family, almost, one could argue. So before we go, is there some best wishes that we can share with our audience in China and also all over the world with our friends for the new year with your cats?
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy Year of the Tiger.
Thank you, Saba and Bag. All the best. And Elizabeth.
I will say, 虎虎的快乐.
虎年快乐. Thank you so much. And last but not least, Quentin and also Fufu.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
新年
Year.
快乐.
Thank you so much. And Fufu is giving a special meow right now. You know what she is about right now. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
So all the best to you from the bottom of our hearts, and to you and your cats, to your family as well. We hope the year of the tiger will be a healthy, safe, and hopefully prosperous year for all of us. Thank you so much. And that's all the time we have for today. If you'd like to know more, search World Insight or check out our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. I'm Tian Wei. On behalf of the team, thanks for being with us. And Happy New Year, the year of the tiger.